Alright, welcome back. So we're playing with edit and delete this time. So I click on these buttons and not a darn thing happens. Let's go ahead and start fixing that up. So our password display card, we're going to start in the HTML. And we're going to start by adding click listeners to these guys. So we'll just say click. And then what do you want to have happen on click? And so we'll just go ahead and call edit for one of them. And then the other we'll call delete. And you can choose to start saying remove or delete. It just doesn't really matter to me. I guess in my solution I said remove, so I'm going to change mine to be remove at the last minute here. All right, so I need those two functions to exist over in my TypeScript. So I'm just going to put them down in the bottom. So I'm going to have a remove, which returns nothing, and then also an edit, which returns nothing as well. And typing :void is not required. It's just, I was kind of showing that it returns nothing. And if you wanted to, I mean, I start most of my things off with just like a simple log, just to kind of make sure that everything is right with the world. Yeah, I can never decide on how many baby steps I want to take as I'm implementing things, but that one seemed like a pretty easy one to do. All right, the next thing we want to do is we want to actually do an edit or delete. We have the same choices that we kind of had with the dialog. Is we can choose to either do the work here, or we can choose to have an outlet and tell our parent and say, hey, parent, delete this guy, and he'll delete it. Or we can pass the information into here and let this thing do it. Pros and cons of different design patterns. I really don't care which design pattern you pick, but for this app to follow along with my notes, I'm going to do the same strategy I did on the other one, and that's pass in information to here, and then I can just do the work here, which will work out great. So I'm going to receive a Firebase path in this area as well, and it's just going to be a string. So now I've got another input that my parent can tell me about. So I'm going to go over to my main component. And you'll notice that the Firebase path previously was private, but now I'm going to use it in HTML, so I have to take that off first. And then I'm going to go into the HTML, and I said that there was a password that got passed in, but now there's also going to be one more thing, and that's going to be the Firebase path, and that is equal to the Firebase path. This is the attribute that the display card has, and then this is the property that the parent has. So we're passing it from the parent, that's here, into the child, that's there. So now all of a sudden the child also has the Firebase path, which is great. And you've got the choice of using Angular Fire 2 or the standard Firebase SDK. I'm just going to use the standard Firebase SDK just because I'm not doing retrieval. I'm just kind of like knocking things out, right? So remove is easy. So let's go ahead and do remove first. So it's going to be firebase.database.ref, and the reference is going to be the Firebase path. And then what we need from here is we need to know which password we're deleting. So we're going to say .child, and we're going to say this .password.$key. And if you think about what that does, is that kind of drills down. So the path got me into Fisher DS, and then the $key gets me onto the exact key. And then all we need to do from here is we need to say .remove. It's a good thing I called the method remove, because ultimately it calls remove. So this should do remove. Remove is usually the easier of the two just because there's less UI. So if I expand this guy and I click remove, you can see, poof, he's gone. One slight downside of that is, let's say I deleted one I didn't mean to delete. So if I deleted that guy, it's like, oh shoot, did I mean to delete him? What you can do is you can ask, are you sure, is one way you can do this. The thing that is becoming more popular is to go ahead and do it, but to show a snack bar, and then if you want to undo it, the snack bar will let you do it. In this app, we're going to get halfway there. We're going to show you the snack bar, but we're not going to implement undo this time. We'll save that for our next app. But let's at least show a snack bar. So let's figure out how to show a snack bar. Snack bars are neat, so they're over here. They're called snack bar. So here's their example. You click on show snack bar. There's these like little black things that come up from the bottom, right? So it says disco party and dance, and in their example, you can change it, and it changes there. We're just going to make a little snack bar just because they're fun. And so in order to make a snack bar, we need to use dependency injection. So we'll just say private snack bar. And it comes from nd snack bar, if I can spell things. And that, of course, comes from material. It does not come from material. It comes from just one material. Thank you. So there it's got our snack bar. And what we're going to do is we're just going to say this.snackbar.open. And then you were just going to say password removed. And if we wanted to allow a way to undo it, this is where we would do it. To keep this app simple, because it's already plenty long, we're just going to say dismiss, and we're going to set a duration where it dismisses in 300 milliseconds. So you could totally say the word undo there, and you could set up a listener to listen for when they click it, and you could restore it, but we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a couple more just so I can have something delete here. So I click on remove on that guy. And it didn't show my toast because it was still recompiling. So as soon as it's done recompiling, now it's back. I'll do that same test again. So now I click on this and I say remove, and it says password removed. And it says dismiss here, which you could click to dismiss it faster. But that's remove. Remove is pretty easy. Edit is going to be a little bit harder. So for edit, what I want to do, let's go look at the real app for edit. So this is the solution again. So if I click on edit, it brings my dialog back up, and it gives me an opportunity to actually like change things, right? So if I said DS there and I hit save, you can see that it actually saved it off. And if I change it to like, a bunch of numbers, but then I hit cancel, nothing happens. So that's what we're hoping to do. So let's go ahead and, you know what, let's tackle edit in the next video. Edit's hard. I hate doing edit. See you next video for edit. Bye.